All right, guys, we need to do a better job at home at recycling. I mean, this plastic bottle, the chasing arrows are on the bottom of it. It should be recycled. How about this? We have some chasing arrows on the bottom of this. We should be recycling this. Of course, more boxes, recycling. Metal cans, definitely. Look at the chasing arrows right there. Need to be recycled. Big boxes, definitely recycled. Pizza boxes, come on. Whoa, that shouldn't be recycled. Ugh. Anyhow, milk cartons. They should not be here in the landfill. They should be put in our recycle bins. All right, it's time to get dirty, disgusting, filthy. In fact, it's time to talk some trash. And I'll tell you why. I'm Joel Greene, and welcome to Curiosity Quest Goes Green, the show that explores what you're curious about. And today, our Dirty Quest letter comes to us from Jeff in Hawaii. He wrote, "Dear Joel, does somebody take all the recycled products out of the landfill, or do they just stay in the landfill and turn into pollution?" Well, aloha, Jeff. And because of you, we are out here at a Victorville landfill where we're going to take this dirty question and find a clean answer on today's Curiosity Quest Goes Green. So I found somebody to talk trash with me, Mr. Brooks Webb. How's it going, man?
Good, how you, Joel?
Good, good. So tell us, what is your job here and what are we standing in front of?
Well, I'm a Public Works Operations Supervisor and for the County of San Bernardino, Solid Waste Management. And we oversee the operation of the landfills and transfer stations throughout the county. We are at the Victorville Sanitary Landfill in Victorville, California.
What is a landfill?
A bunch of trash piled somewhere. A landfill is a place where all the trash goes. When you throw away like those bags or Coca-Colas, things like that, instead of recycling, it goes to the landfill, which is a lot of land. It can fill like the Dodger Stadium in just a few days.
Where they burn all the cans. A place where you put recycling, where you put plastic at or something.
Now, what exactly is a landfill?
Well, a landfill is where the trash comes from your curbside. Curbside collection comes by, picks it up when you put it out on the street, and it comes here to us, and it's dumped on the ground. We go through it, we pull out what recyclables we can, and the residual material, the trash, ends up being buried at the end of the day.
So is this the only place where trash ends up going?
For the most part in California, most of the trash ends up in a landfill. There are some areas where they do some incineration where they actually burn the waste, but that they don't do much of that in California. Most of it ends up here at the landfill.
In a landfill, okay. Now, are there a bunch of landfills in California?
Yes, there's a whole bunch. We've got 6 of them just here within the county that are active, working right now.
Oh my goodness. And is this one of the largest ones?
This is our second largest one.
Second largest one, all right. But I understand you have a pretty active recycling process here.
Yeah,
right?
we do.
All right, we're gonna check it out?
Sure,
You
let's do it.
teach us how to talk trash, huh?
You bet, let's do it.
Let's go, man.
All right.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact.
The U.S. is the #1 trash producing country in the world at 1,609 pounds per person per year. This means that 5% of the world's people generate 40% of the world's waste. My goodness, we need to be better at this.
All right, Brooks, once trash is picked up at the street and the truck brings it here, what's the process they have to go through?
Well, when they come in, they're going to come on one of our 3 scales here. We have 3 scales here. They're 70 feet long, so we can weigh with big 18-wheeler trucks on here. When they come in, we weigh them, and most of the big trucks, we already have a weight on them, an empty weight. So when they come in, we weigh them, we can tell exactly how much is in there, and we charge by the ton here.
Is just trash trucks that bring stuff here?
No, private people come in, just homeowners, we get stuff, pickup trucks, down to little cars, and then
Like right
18-wheelers.
behind us
Yeah, we get guys like this all the time. So, all sorts. We're open to everybody.
What cannot go into a landfill?
Household hazardous waste, something that has chemicals.
Plastic bottles.
Metal. Toys. Plastic. Paper.
People.
I would say anything that is actually toxic.
Now, do you have a posted list of things that you tell people do not bring to the landfill?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things that the state of California or even the federal government or local government ourselves exclude from the landfill. Hazardous materials, you can't throw in your oil and your paint and your batteries and things like that. Treated wood waste now is prohibited from landfills that aren't lined, and we're not in an area here where we're lined, so we can't take that here.
Okay.
So there are a lot of different materials that we can't take.
All right, but for the most part, you're taking what most of us consider trash.
Sure,
right?
sure. Whatever you're going to put in your trash can and put it out at the curb, we'll take it.
Where does all the trash go?
In the trash can. Into the ocean.
To the landfill. The trash, it goes into the ground.
In the ocean.
A landfill.
In the trash can.
The trash goes to the landfills.
Now, we're going to find out what people put in the trash, which really shouldn't be put in the trash cans, right?
Right.
Right? Do you give us a hint on anything?
We're pulling out wood, branches, lumber, like you'd use to build a house with. We're pulling out cardboard. They get aluminum, metal, plastics.
Wow.
There's a whole bunch of stuff up there we can look at.
And we need to keep all that out of the landfill. Huh?
Absolutely.
All right, so I guess it's time to climb the mountain, huh?
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Let's drive.
I heard that. Let's go.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact.
The chasing arrow symbol used on products to indicate they're recyclable is called a Mobius.
All right, Brooks, I tell you what, man, this is a dump.
Get it? All right, so we're obviously standing on top of the landfill. We have this beautiful valley behind us here. And how high up are we?
We're when we were down at the scales, we're about 200 feet above where we were, and there's trash all underneath us. So we're about standing up on 200 feet of trash.
Wow. Now, why can't we see the trash? I mean, we walked up. Well, obviously, we see trash right next to us here.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I'm walking around, the majority of what I see is dirt.
Yeah, we cover everything with dirt. At the end of the day, all the surfaces up on top of the landfill, all the slopes are covered with dirt. And that's to help the environment. It keeps the birds away and things like that. So everything's covered in dirt.
Everything's covered in dirt. So how far down is the next, if I start digging, when will I run into trash?
You get about 12 inches of dirt here. 12 to 18 inches of dirt.
About a foot or more of dirt, huh? And then they're unloading right behind us here, huh?
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like when the trucks come and dump.
Yeah, this is it. This is what we call the tipping table. This is where they come and dump. We keep the public on one side and the commercial vehicles on one side for safety.
All right.
So we got our big commercial vehicles on this side, and then the public's back over here.
All right. So when you say the public, like right behind us here, I see all this drywall and stuff or leaves that they're unloading right here. This is the public, huh?
Yeah, it's just public people, or these are commercially owned vehicles, bigger vehicles.
Okay. Now, what in the world is he doing?
He's trying to shake the residual out of there.
Shake it all out.
Shake it out.
Wow. Now, I'm looking around and I see tires.
Right.
I see some boxes, some plastic cans or bottles rather, some more tires. Now, is this stuff that will end up staying here?
No, we've got a crew that's going to come through here shortly. They're coming on right now, and they'll be pulling out all the tires, all the wood material, the cardboard, anything that we can pull out and recycle and not put in the landfill, we're going to pull out.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact.
Of the material that is still being disposed of in landfills, 20% is recyclable, 25% is compostable, and 16% is recoverable construction material like wood and metal. Guys, let's keep this stuff out of the landfill.
All right, so I see a bunch of other people in these bright green shirts and vests like I have on, huh?
Right.
So what are they going to, these are people that are picking stuff out?
Yeah, we've got a few different people here on the tipping table. There's a spotter that watches the traffic and makes sure everybody moves safely up here on the area. Then we've got a load checker that makes sure there's no hazardous materials or anything coming in, oil, paints, batteries, things like that. And then this crew just came on and they're going to pull the recyclables out. And so they'll start pulling out cardboard and wood, and like I said, anything we can pull out of there and send to the recyclers.
Now, how do you know what's recyclable and what's not recyclable?
Well, there's certain items that there's markets for, commodity, that we call commodities. So the wood, we can pull the wood out and we grind it up and we'll reuse that for erosion control on the slopes. Mm-hmm. We can use it for daily cover, or we send it off to a cogeneration plant. The cardboard, we know, can go to a recycler, and there's value in cardboard. So we know there's markets for different types of materials, and those markets are always moving and always changing. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there's a new market for new materials. I think we just started carpet. We're pulling carpet out now and sending that to a carpet recycler. So there's always something going on with the market.
And what is diversion?
I never heard of it.
To distract people. When you separate things into diverse groups.
I don't know.
Something being crushed? You dive into a sea? When things come apart, like the land comes apart.
What is diversion? I hear that a lot. What is it?
Diversion is when we basically take something that would normally go into the landfill and we take it out and we use it for something else. So like this wood waste, we'll take that out, we'll grind it up, and like I said, we'll use that for mulch, or we'll send it off to a cogeneration plant or something like that. So we've diverted it from going into the landfill.
All right, Brooks, where does the recycling process begin for you?
Well, it begins with the consumer. It begins with you at home. Most people have a blue bin or a green bin where they can put their green waste, their yard clippings, the blue bin where you can put your aluminum cans and your plastics and things like that. That's where it begins, is the person at home doing their own recycling.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact, fun fact.
On average, it costs $30 per ton to recycle trash, $50 to send it to a landfill, and $65 to $75 to incinerate or burn it.
Now, obviously, I recycle now, whereas before, I really didn't. I didn't do a whole lot of it. I noticed my recycle bin's really high now. My trash is getting less and less. Now, that's what you want, right?
Absolutely.
Now, what happens if all that recycled stuff comes here, keeps coming here?
Well, if it comes here, it's got a chance of just being buried, and it goes to waste. Where if we pull it out at home, then they can go back and be reused, and we don't use up the valuable space here at the landfill.
All right, so the trash is coming to you. The recyclables are going elsewhere, right, to a MRF or whatnot. They recycle it. How much of the trash that comes to you will you end up pulling out and sending off to a place to be recycled?
We pull out 15 to 20%. We get in maybe 350,000 tons a year at this facility.
Wow.
And we're pulling out, I think, around 25,000 tons and sending for recyclables.
But now, has that gone down over the years since people like myself are recycling at home?
Well, actually here, our percentages have gone up because we've gotten more aggressive with the recycling. So here at the landfill, our numbers have gone up for recycling. We're recycling more now, and it's just because we're more aggressive about it. In the past, there wasn't a big focus on it, and a lot of it, once it hit the ground here, just went in. Yeah. Now we've got the crews that come through and pull it out. We have different piles for the people to dump their green waste in, where we recycle it directly from there. So with us being proactive now, there's a lot more being recycled at the landfill.
So the landfill's being proactive, and I at home, we at home are being more proactive. We're keeping a lot of this stuff out of the landfill.
Right.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact.
Did you know about 1/3 of an average dump is made up of packaging material?
Yeah, got a question for you. Obviously, we're 200 feet off the ground, like you said.
Right.
Wow. What was that?
That's a bird whistler. Every now and then we get birds that come in here around the trash, and the laborers will shoot that off. And it scares all the birds away. And it scares you too.
I was gonna say, man. That's, a bird was.
We're used to it out here.
So it fires something in the air, huh?
Yeah, it just whistles off like that, and the birds take off for a while.
For a while?
Yeah, for a while.
Wow, I gotta see about firing one of those things off.
Yeah, we'll get you hooked up here in a little bit.
Sounds good. Yeah. All right, back to my question. We're 200 feet off of where we started. How high will this landfill raise annually, every 5-10 years? I mean, do you know how high it'll raise?
Well, we have a permit with the state of California that tells us how high we can go, and that sometimes changes. We go back for re-permitting if we need to go higher. Currently, I think we've got one more lift up here, so we're going to go about another 20 feet, and then we're moving to a whole nother area, and that new area will have the new liner in it and everything to keep the contaminants from getting into the ground, and it's the new technology. New environmentally sound landfill.
Wow. Now, what happens when you fill this up and fill that up? What happens next?
Well, there will be a day that it's full, and we close, and that's where recycling comes in. The more we can recycle, the longer we're going to have this resource.
Wow. So if we keep filling this up, we're going to run out of space to put trash, right?
You got it.
Wow.
And it basically what's going to happen is we're going to have to truck it a lot farther, and it's going to start costing people a lot more money.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so let's start this recycling process.
Let's do it.
All right. I got my gloves with me, by the way.
All right.
Well, let me fire those things off first.
Okay. Let's find them.
All right.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact.
Did you know that Americans throw away approximately 25 billion styrofoam cups a year? Billion! Wow, that's a lot.
All right, Brooks, I see we have this bird issue you were talking about.
Yeah, this is the area where once we've pulled the recyclables out, we push the trash down, we get it compacted in real good, but the birds like to come in and get into our trash. and the reason we don't want them there is we don't want them carrying off anything that they shouldn't and getting sick. So we've loaded up a bird whistler here for you. It doesn't hurt the birds, it just scares them.
All right.
So,
look. Woo! All right.
Scares them away.
All right.
So they'll take off for a while, and then we'll give them another whistle here in a little while.
All right, there you go. Okay. Safety first, right?
Absolutely.
So Brooks, all this is recyclable, huh?
This is all recyclable. We've got a good load of metal in, so why don't you get busy? Quit talking about it and get to work.
All right, well, you gonna help me?
Sure.
You hesitated on that, huh? Woo, there goes another them birds, I tell you, huh? So this all gotta come out of here?
It's all gotta come out of there.
Oh my goodness, what?
Now, Joel, this pile of metal here, this will be pulled out and sent to the recycler. So this is all being diverted. This is all space we're saving in our landfill now.
All right. Now, obviously, we can turn this into something else.
Right. You might make a car out of that, a refrigerator. Who knows?
Okay. So we're supposed to be putting it. Where did this guy come from?
He came out of nowhere. You better get it in there.
I better get it in there, huh? Look at it. It's a big old slinky.
You're hired.
I'm hired, huh? I don't know. Hey, that's good. I usually hear I'm fired. I like hearing I'm hired. There we go. Yeah. Here. All right. Yeah, oh, wow. Oh, yeah. He said, thank you very much for that, and I'm out of here. So where's he taking that right now?
He's going to take that over to a large bin to put that in, and then once the bin's full, they'll transport that down to the recycler.
All right.
Where does the methane gas come from?
The ground.
Light bulbs and all that?
A gas station.
It comes from cars. Trash that's been rotting.
The air. Ground.
Maybe from cars.
Now, when you say landfill gases, what are you referring to? What are you referring to?
Well, as the trash breaks down inside the landfill, it creates gases. And that gas has to be trapped and controlled and handled properly. And so these pipes grab that gas and take it to a central location where it's processed.
Okay, what kind of gases are we talking about?
Well, the gas we're worried about is methane gas. It's flammable, can be explosive. And so we need to capture that gas and not release it into the environment.
All right, Brooks, I need some cardboard pieces right here.
Okay, good job, Joel. You can throw it in the pile over here.
All right.
Now, we're not going to be able to go through and pull out every little piece of cardboard. And that's why it's so important for the people at home to start recycling at the curbside. We just don't have the time and the resources to go through everything out here and pull everything out. So we try to concentrate on the loads that have the most recyclable materials in them.
Oh, all right. So even though you are pulling stuff out, you're not going to go through the pile and pull every little piece out.
Yeah, we don't have the time and the manpower to do that. And at the end of the day, we've got to have this all cleaned up. And it would take way too long. So like I said, that's why it's so important for the people at home to start that recycling there. Those pieces of cardboard you pulled out, if they could have done that at home, that would have saved us that much time.
Oh, keep the landfill going for longer, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so I got to get back to work, I think,
right.
here. Yeah.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact.
Did you know that you can walk 1 mile along the average U.S. highway and see about 1,457 pieces of litter? Come on now, let's put that in a trash can, or better yet, let's recycle that.
All right, so Brooks, you're saying that the ground has to look like this at night?
Right. So at the end of the day, if there's any litter or anything on the ground, we come through, we pick it up. Sometimes we'll bring a motor grader through and clean up the ground real nice, and it looks nice and flat and pretty.
It's funny because you say any litter. You're a landfill.
Yeah.
You're full of litter.
Well, we try to be a good neighbor. We don't want litter. We don't want it blowing around. We don't want it off-site. We've got these big fences here, and their primary purpose is to catch the litter so it doesn't get off-site, and our neighbors get upset with us.
Wow, okay, so all the trash that we were walking on earlier and checking out, at the end of the day, it has to look like this.
At the end of the day, it'll look nice and smooth like this.
That is incredible. Wow. Okay, now behind us here are these metal, cardboard, tires. This is where all that recycled material
Yeah, all the work you were doing earlier, throwing the materials into the bucket of the loader, this is where it's all coming.
Yeah.
And then as these get full, truck will come in, pick them up, and haul them out here.
How often will these fill up in a day?
You know, it depends on how much we're pulling out each day, but we'll easily get a couple boxes of cardboard in a day. Tires, probably a couple boxes a week.
Wow. Wow, and the metal.
Moves pretty quick.
Okay. Now, do we have any others aside from here?
The metal's down here, and then our wooden green waste pile.
That's quite a pile.
It's quite a pile.
So this is what's coming off of the commercial trucks, or?
Yeah, a lot of this material is either what's coming in through the gate. It could be anybody. It could be a private homeowner with a pickup truck. They've done some trimming around their yard. Or it could be on a big commercial truck come in. Or it's material that we've pulled out of the waste stream up at the working face and we've brought over here and stockpiled to get ready for grinding.
At home, I have a green waste bin for my grass trimmings and all my branches and whatnot. Are they not supposed to go in the trash can?
No, you put that in your green bin, and that material will be recycled.
Now, does that green bin come here?
No, most of the haulers have another area they take it to. Like I said earlier, this is our last resort. So this is the stuff where if it didn't make it to the green bin, this is where it ends up.
Well, okay, so that's kind of shocking because I'm looking at this pile right here. That's a lot of green waste.
It's a lot of green waste.
Wow, and this shouldn't be here.
Shouldn't be here.
So this is the grinder that's going to take all this and shred it, huh?
Right, it's a tub grinder. We bring this pile here, green wood waste, is a 21-day pile. Every 21 days, we bring in a tub grinder and we grind it all up.
What is the difference between a sanitary landfill and a dump?
A dump is where they put stuff from your sewers, and a sanitary landfill is like regular trash.
A dump has full of trash, like a lot, and mud. And a field of trash, it's like only grass and like trash.
One is clean, sanitary, and one isn't.
I think a sanitary landfill smells better.
A dump is dirty and a sanitary is clean.
At the dump, it has mostly things like other things, like for example, mattresses, things like that. A lot of garbage also. But the landfill has mostly like things that you put in the garbage instead of putting like mattresses or things like that.
All right, so clarifying question. What is the difference between a dump and a landfill?
Well, the sanitary landfill is what we run. The sanitary landfill is what, anywhere in California, if you have a permitted landfill, it's a sanitary landfill. And what qualifies that is that you're covering every night. Every night your trash is covered and everything's cleaned up.
All right.
So at night, we're either putting a tarp on, or either putting dirt, or we're putting an approved alternative daily cover, which could be the wood and green waste.
Wood and green waste. All right, and a dump?
And a dump is basically no cover, just a big pile of trash.
In California, we don't have a whole lot of those, right?
We don't have any.
We don't have any?
We don't have any that are permitted.
Well, I want to thank you, Brooks. Man, this is a lot of fun.
All right,
I really
Joel.
appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for helping.
Hey, thanks for talking trash with me, man.
You bet. Anytime.
All right, cool. I want to thank the County of San Bernardino and everyone out here at the Victorville landfill for teaching us the importance of a landfill and why we need to divert material from it. And I especially want to thank you, Jeff, in Hawaii. Mahalo for sending us on today's Curiosity Quest. Now, if there's something that you're curious about regarding the environment, why don't you let me know? Go to kvcr.org, click on the Curiosity Quest link, and simply tell me what you're curious about. And who knows, it could be you that sends us on our next green quest. Now remember, this is our planet, and it's our responsibility to take care of it. So I'm curious, have you gone green? I'm Joel Greene, and I'll see you next time. Man, I still have a mess to clean up here. And I've been told I'm short, but this is ridiculous. All right, so they're gonna let me get in this thing and operate it. Here I go.